Nama Pankajanmaline. Nama Pankaja Netraya. Namaste Pankajangrihe. My respectful obeisances are unto you, O Lord, whose abdomen is marked with a depression like a lotus flower, who are always decorated with garlands of lotus flowers, whose glance is as cool as the lotus, and whose feet are engraved with lotuses. I'll just do the next one. Yata Rishikesha Kalaina Devaki, this is text 23. Kamsena Rudhati Chiram Sucharpita, Vimochitaham Cha Sahatma Javabo, Toyaiva Natena Mahur Vipaganat. O Rishikesha, master of the senses and the Lord of lords, you have released your mother, Devaki, who was long imprisoned and distressed by the envious King Kamsa, and me and my children from a series of constant dangers. Text 24. Vishanmahagne Purusad Darshanad Asad Sabhaya Vanavasa Krishrata Mride Mride Neka Mahamarastrato Draunyatrastas Chasma Hare Virakshita. My dear Krishna, your lordship has protected us from a poison cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from the vicious assembly, from sufferings during our exile in the forest, and from the battle where great generals fought. And now you have saved us from the weapon of Ashvatthama. So this verse you're going to repeat. Vipada Santuta Shaswat. Repeat. Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Bhavato Darshanam Yatshad. Apurnar Bhava Darshanam. Vipada Santuta Shaswat. Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Bhavato Darshanam Yatshad. Apurnar Bhava Darshanam. Shamprabhu. Tatra Tatra. Bhavato Darshanam Yashat. Apurna Bhava Darshanam. Next. Yasya Apurna Bhava Darshanam. Vipada Santuta Sasvat. Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Bhavato Darshanam Yasya Apurna Bhava Darshanam. Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Bhavato Darshanam Yasya Apurna Akshu. Vipada Santuta Sasvat. Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru. Hare Krishna. Apurna Bhava Darshanam. You want to try? Vipada Santuta Shaswat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yat Syat Apurva Bhava Darshanam. Very good. Haribo. You want to try? Yeah. Vipada Santuta Shaswat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yasyat Apurna Bhava Darshanam. Anyone else? Okay. Vipada, calamities. Santu, let there be. Ta, all. Shaswat, again and again. Tatra, there. Tatra, and there. Jagat Guru, O Lord of the universe. Bhavata, your. Darshanam, meeting. Yat, that which. Syat, is. Apuna, not again. Bhavata Darshanam, seeing repetition of birth and death. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Iskcon founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths. Purport. Generally, the distressed, the needy, the intelligent, and the inquisitive who have performed some pious activities worship or begin to worship the Lord. Others who are thriving on misdeeds only, regardless of status, cannot approach the Supreme due to being misled by the illusory energy. Therefore, for a person, pious person, if there is some calamity, there's no other alternative than to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Constantly remembering the lotus feet of the Lord means preparing for liberation from birth and death. Therefore, even though there are so-called calamities, they are welcome because they give us an opportunity to remember the Lord, which means liberation. One who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, which are accepted as the most suitable boat for crossing the ocean of nescience, can achieve liberation as easily as one leaps over the holes made by the hooves of a calf. Such persons are meant to reside in the abode of the Lord, and they have nothing to do with a place where there is danger at every step. This material world is certified by the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita as a dangerous place full of calamities. Less intelligent persons prepare plans to adjust to those calamities without knowing that the nature of this place is itself full of calamities. They have no information of the abode of the Lord, which is full of bliss and without trace of calamity. The duty of the sane person, therefore, is to be undisturbed by worldly calamities, which are sure to happen in all circumstances. Suffering all sorts of unavoidable misfortunes, one should make progress in spiritual realization, because that is the mission of human life. The spirit soul is transcendental to all material calamities, therefore the so-called calamities are called false. A man may see a tiger swallowing him in a dream, and he may cry for this calamity. Actually, there is no tiger, and there's no suffering. It is simply a case of dreams. In the same way, all calamities of life are said to be dreams. If someone is lucky enough to get in contact with the Lord by devotional service, it is all gain. Contact with the Lord by any one of the 9 devotional services is always a forward step on the path going back to Godhead. Om Jnana Timirandasa Jananjanan Salakaya Shakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyata Date Swapadantikam Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. So I find this verse to be very challenging for most people. So if I say, this is the process for becoming Krishna conscious, some people will say, forget about it. It's too difficult. We know that Arjuna told Krishna in reference to yoga and controlling the mind, he says, too difficult. Chanchala, himana Krishna. It was like, chanchala means flickering, like the wind is blowing. He said, I can't control it. So, if in fact Queen Kunti is a real person, which I think we all agree, yes? If you know Mahabharata, yes? Queen Kunti is a real person? Historical person, yes? Raise your hand, yes? You're from India, you should believe it. I'm from East Point, what do I know? Why should I believe in Queen Kunti? She's not part of my African American history. I should believe in Martin Luther King and all these great persons in the past from the African American community. Why am I believing in this Kunti? I'll tell you why, because Prabhupada revealed her to persons like me who had no idea about Mahabharata, Pandavas, none of these things, Bhakti Yoga. But this verse is a challenge. And where's the second microphone? Today we're going to have a little interaction, so keep the second microphone handy. I'm famous for calling on people when they don't expect it to be called upon. I do that because, as I've said many times, it doesn't matter what Balabhadra knows. In fact, this October is my 52nd year since I joined the temple. So it doesn't matter what I've learned in 52 years. What matters to me is what I can assist you in understanding, so you can be around 52 years or more. My little friend, she was saying, I'll be around, how many years? 35 years? You said 32 or 35? Then I told her, I said, I've been around 73. She went, oh, that's a long time. So, long time, short time, doesn't matter. But what are we going to do with the time that we have in this world? You can keep it with you, yeah. So, this idea from Queen Kunti is a challenge. Why is it a challenge? You know why it's a challenge? Yes, go ahead.
Because we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Yes. Yeah. That's a very good answer. But you know also what happens is that this great devotee, as I said, Queen Kunti, that you all believe in and I believe in, she's giving the attitude of a devotee. Sometimes in the material world they call it a paradigm shift. Paradigm means how you see the world. Through whatever education you have, whatever experiences you have, you see the world a certain way until you encounter something that opens your eyes to something more. So she's opening our eyes to something more in devotional service, which is asking for calamities. Yes, she's asking, let the suffering happen. What is that suffering? Yeah, go ahead. Death. Torturing her family, her 5 sons, her personal life, everything was like that. Last night we saw the beautiful movie, what's the name? All about Lord Nrsingadev. But really it was about Prahlad Maharaj and all the suffering that he went through. And he's just sitting there smiling. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo, and they throw him in the fire. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. He just kept going on and smiling. They threw him in the ocean, and Varunadev came and saved him. Om Namo Bhagavate. He's just smiling the whole time, as if he wasn't suffering. We know the story of, who is that? Haridas Thakur. How many marketplaces was he beat in? 22 marketplaces, severely beaten. And then finally he wouldn't die. So I believe it goes something like this, that the guy who was beating him was ordered by the magistrate, king, or whoever. He said, if you don't die, I'm going to be punished. He said, okay. So they threw him in the water. But then it come to pass that all the beating that he endured was taken by Lord Chaitanya. The Lord took it. And last night we saw, when Prahlad, it was interesting how that porcupine, his porcupine came. And the porcupine has all these sharp things. And this one boy who was really kind of knucklehead. So the porcupine shot all the things. And who saved the boy? Prahlad saved him. He turned around, and then they looked, and his back was full of those sharp things. What happened after that? He was not ordinary. So-called pain, because the devotee, yeah, go ahead.
Initially they thought he's not strong
Mm.
and he's weak, but when he supported the weaker person, then they realized he's strong, but he's not using his strength against himself.
Yeah, and he's enduring. Because in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 14, Matra sparshata konteya stitoshna sukha dukkada agamapayino nityas tam tatikshasva bharata. It's two beginning lessons. One, we're not the body. Dehino sminyata dehe komaram yovanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatranamu. So the soul is passing through the body, boyhood, youth to old age, and at death it passes again. Then the second lesson is learn to tolerate. Why should we learn to tolerate? Here's another challenging concept which ties into Queen Kunti. Why should we learn to tolerate? Then the verse says, like winter and summer seasons. Now it's going to be cold. What are you going to do about it? Get a new jacket. Get a better, change your heating system. Stay inside away from the cold. Move down south away from the north. A lot of people do that. They move from New York to Florida to get away from the cold. But did they remove the cold? What did they do? They just adjusted. And what's our whole life? Our whole life is adjusting, and it's, something hurts over here, move it over there. You live over here, live over there. Your head hurts, whatever. We keep adjusting as if we got rid of the suffering. The real sufferings of life, birth, death, old age, disease. All these politicians, they tell you, I'm going to do this, this, and that, but you don't have the wherewithal, sometimes they say the gumption, to challenge these people. Wait a minute, sir, or ma'am, can you save me from death? Then they'll come up with some answer, convoluted answer. Well, in the future, maybe. And Prabhupada says, trust no future no matter how bright. As she said, don't worry about the future. You can't touch it. It's not there yet. Future is like right now. Right now. That's called future, too. Every second, future. Past is like gone. Nothing we can do about the past. It's already gone. Future, you're not there yet. So what should we do? Here's another lesson. Past is already gone. Future is not there. So what should we do? Dream about the future, yes. Huh? Yeah, deal with the present. You should be giving a class. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the father of Prabhupada's guru, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he wrote many poems. So one statement he made, let the past sleep, ne'er the future dream at all. Act with times that are with thee, and progress ye shall call. If you do it now, whatever it is, do it now. In the Bhagavad Gita, it talks about the mode of ignorance. The mode of ignorance goes like this. Something that can be done in 15 minutes, it takes you 5 hours. That's called ignorance. Instead of just, Prabhu's laughing. Instead of just doing it, you put it off. Whatever it is, you put it off. You put it off. That's the influence of the mode of ignorance. Is somebody calling me or you? I don't know. Interesting. Tell them to come. We'll invite them. Somebody's phone. It's okay. It's a beautiful little music. So the point is, we can't do anything about the future, and we can't do anything about the past, so we have to deal with now. The question becomes how to make the best use of now. How to make the best use of right now, because 2 minutes from now, we don't know what's going to happen. We have no idea. I mean, there are instances where planes fall into buildings and kill the people inside. God forbid. Or some truck runs off and comes right through. It happens quite often. So no one's expecting that to happen. No one's expecting to get sick. Prabhupada jokingly, or sometimes devotees jokingly say, you don't wake up in the morning and say, give me 10 pounds of pain or 10 pounds of suffering. You don't go to the store at Patel Brothers, give me a bag of suffering. You want a bag of potatoes or, whatever. So we don't look for suffering, but it comes automatically. That's what Prabhupada's talking about in the purport. Whether you want it or not, it's there. Why? Because the material world is a place of suffering. Dukkhalayam ashasvatam. Temporary, full of miseries. And why is that? Because you have to question everything you're learning. Okay? As I told you, I always put people on the spot. You have to question everything you're learning because we don't know everything. You can't possibly know everything. Even in devotional service, you've read Prabhupada's books, you've studied, you've took tests, all that, but you still don't know everything. I don't know everything. I know a few things. What I generally say is that the things that I know have kept me in this movement for the time that I've been here. So I made sure I knew a few things. So what is that? We don't know everything. We're trying to understand this world. It's all by Krishna's mercy, Dadami Buddhi Yogam. He gives the understanding. By what? Sincere devotional service. Bhajatam pritipurvakam. Serving with love. Then we get the understanding. So as we are trying to put all this in perspective, we should learn, number one, to tolerate. Why? Because we can't change anything. There's no way we can change it. So then you might as well tolerate. But we have the habit of trying to adjust. So Prahlad Maharaj last night, he made no adjustments. Who was the lady that burned in the fire? Holika. She was so confident she was not going to burn. She said, come sit in my lap. And Prahlad sat in her lap, very nice. No problem, auntie, no problem, sat down. And then they raised it up, some kind of machine, they raised it up, put it on top of the pyre. And then by her mystic power, poof, the fire came. And she's still confident, just like we're confident. We're sitting on a pyre, a burning fire, and we're like, no problem, I got this. And then someone comes behind and says, I got your back. Don't worry, I got your back. I'll take care of you. And like she said, sitting there, and she's thinking, Prahlad's going to die. Because everyone's trying to kill Prahlad. The elephant tried to, it was funny, the elephants bowed down to him, like Dandabats. The elephants tried to kill him, and when they threw him off the hill, they didn't want to do it. They were so impressed with Prahlad. I don't want to do this. And the man put his head down and pushed him. And there he went. So, nobody wants to suffer. So Prahlad is there on the fire. Holika's burning, still thinking she's okay. I'm fine. And then she says, I'm feeling hot. That's a blessing. But she felt hot, but she didn't jump off the fire. She stayed there probably thinking, I'm okay. I'll be fine. And Aranyakasipu's thinking, my sister's fine. She's okay. We think we're okay. Why? Because we got a new car. We got a new house. Yeah, I like that. We got an inheritance. We got a raise at our job. See, what happens is these are all things that distract you from reality unless you're intelligent enough to know how to utilize them. I think that's our little robot. Yeah, maybe you have to turn him off. There you go. We make him come and give class. Yes. What is that? Oh, utilize. Like your sister has that thing there? No, not the flower, but the water. So what does utilize mean? You put water in there, utilize it by drinking. You utilize the cup to put water to drink. Utilize means how do you use a thing. You understand? How you use a thing that you use it nicely, utilize it properly, and then put it in your service or in the service of others. Utilize. Don't just let it sit there. If it just sat there for 10 hours, not good. Utilize it for the proper service. So this Holika was thinking everything is fine, just like we think everything is fine, until little old age starts to set in. And then we start realizing it ain't fine. I've been taking care of this, as Prabhupada called it, broken house for all of our life, taking care of this breaking down house as if it's going to last forever, because it's not. So then we don't utilize the time that we have, the now, for the right purpose, thinking that in the future it's going to get better. And I said from the beginning, politicians, they completely think that we're stupid, telling us, oh, we're going to make it better. It doesn't matter which party, it doesn't matter. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. They're not going to do anything. Chanakya Pandit said, actually I only like to quote half of what he said. Don't trust the politician. The other half I try not to say. Don't trust. When they start doing like that with their mouth, you know they're lying. Absolutely. So who should we trust? And the reason I'm bringing that up because I hear too many devotees putting confidence in these persons, outside people. They're going to do, and they get so angry if you say something against the one they believe in. Why? As if that man or woman can save you from birth, death, old age, disease. You want to check them before you vote for them? Ask them, can you save me from birth, death, old age, disease? And if they say yes, then you ask how? Because you're dying, I'm dying, what can you do to save me? So Queen Kunti is saying, I don't mind the suffering. So the logic is what? That's the question I put on the floor. What is the logic there? That sounds so contradictory. She's asking for more suffering. She's already suffered a lot, okay? Poison cake, snake, house of lack, sons being every day they're trying to kill her children. Can you imagine mothers? Every day someone's trying to kill your child is just unimaginable. That's what Kunti's going through. So then she's saying, I wish that all that happens again. That sounds illogical. So who has some thoughts on that? How do we take this, what she's saying? Because the idea of the Bhagavatam or any of these Vedic literatures or any of Prabhupada's books is not just to read them. Of course, reading them is purifying. Srimvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. Very purifying. But that, yes. You won't know. Microphone is here. Give him the microphone because we can't hear you. You have to turn it on.
Because Krishna appears when Queen Kunti is suffering.
Wow. He said Krishna appeared while she was suffering. And she's asking for more suffering. Why? So she can see Krishna more. She's saying, let the suffering happen. I want to see you. I don't mind the suffering. But isn't that illogical for the mundane person? Any other thoughts? How do we take this and apply it in our daily life? Was the real question. How? Who has any idea? What Queen Kunti is saying, I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. Logic, yes.
It is like without Krishna, happiness without Krishna, actually might look like it is like fascinating and everything.
Yeah.
But it is not actually. We are sitting on thorns. Actually, it is sitting on flowers. We think in that way. We are imagining, but it is like so. Better have Krishna with us in any situation than better be comfortable.
More. Thank you for sharing. This is so enlivening for me.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Whenever we have problems, have experienced the best place to go is to the Lord, to my altar, and just pray to God Nitai, because who better than Him can help me?
Yes.
He will definitely help me if I go to Him sincerely. Nobody else can help me, and I have experienced also many a times after I finish my prayers, very shortly a solution has come out.
Haribho.
And if it hasn't come out, I know that something is there which is better for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Mataji.
The more problems we get, the more we start praying. And definitely when we pray more, we feel that there is something helping us in the last minute.
Yes.
Definitely. We face so many challenges, I also have seen. But there is something, some light definitely when we keep on praying. And there is a solution for the problem
Yes.
in the end.
Haribo. Anyone else? Haribo. Oh. Prabhuji over here. Oh, please go ahead. Now bring your. Speak loudly, Prabhu.
If life goes perfectly, then there's a very low chance we're going to be remembering Krishna. But if there's like problems, then we'll be like going to Krishna more often than usual.
Thank you, Haribo.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Bo,
Dandavat Pranam.
It's on.
Queen Kunti asked for calamities because she said that you have helped us in every situation. Whatever situation, so many incidents happen, and Draupadi's, at the time of Draupadi, every time he helped him. And she says that now on this earth, we see your footprints. Once you go away, all the happiness which was happening, it won't be there. One thing. And second thing, she said, now I have so many enemies because so many kings, so many people died. And there are kings, those who are enemies now. And who will protect them? Because once you go, all the power, like you see Arjuna, after the war, after Krishna left, he did not have that power to kill everybody. Because when he came down from the chariot, first he said, Arjuna to get down, and then he came, because this chariot was protecting actually Krishna, and the chariot was protecting him, because chariot had Hanuman's flag, and it was protecting it. That's why if Krishna is not in our life, we do not have any protection. He is the only one who gives us protection, and we, like you said, we should tolerate. Tolerate the situation whichever comes, because it has come for our good. It has come to improve us. Even if it is bad in our life, it has come to improve us. The only thing is we need to wait for the best time. So that is why toleration is very important, and that's why Kunti Maharani also asked for calamities. Of course, we should not ask for calamities because we are not as good as Kunti Maharani is. Hare Krishna.
Two things. One is this is more at a mundane level. People say that what you resist will persist, which means that if I resist suffering, if I resist problems, then more problems will keep coming anyway.
Yeah.
But if I stop resisting them, like I see sometimes people will go out in the hot sun and they will scrunch their forehead like this, and then they'll come back and tell me, I'm having a headache. But the problem is you're resisting, you're fighting against reality, and when you fight against reality, you suffer more. But if you relax, even in martial arts they teach you this, that when you're going to fall, if you tense up, you will get more hurt. But if you relax, calm down, tolerate, then you will not suffer as much. So that's at one level. The second thing I wanted to point out was some people sometimes ask, why there are so many demons who come to attack Krishna? Why is Krishna book full of all these stories about demons coming to attack Krishna? I want to read only nice, wonderful stories, right? And so to that I would say that these demons coming, these situations arising, is what shows us that God is there, Krishna is there to protect us. He always protects his devotees. In fact, his devotees are so confident of his protection that they will walk into the mouth of Agasura without any fear. They become fearless. And that becomes the true, evidence that he is there for us, he's protecting us, and he loves us in so many ways.
Haribo. Yes. Beautiful comments. Thank you all so much. Beautiful comments.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I miss you.
Haribo,
Dandavat
Ji.
Pranam. All glories to Srila
Glorious
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Couple of things that I'm feeling somewhat uncomfortable with the reading, and I think you can understand this, is the concept of tolerance, you know, because many a times in the Bhagavad Gita, it's also shown that like we can't tolerate when there's an injustice. You know, like asked an advice from a senior devotee as well one time, and what he told me is, Mataji, I don't agree with tolerate, 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 tolerate. You know, sometimes you have to really use your intelligence with what needs to be tolerated, because if what you're tolerating is creating more injustice or adharma for a lot of people, I don't feel that that's, you know, others saying from Bhagavad Gita as well. I don't think Lord Krishna said to Arjun, oh, Arjun, just tolerate. You know, there's, how do we, in a way, like balance what, the tolerance to demonic forces and then doing our dharma, right? How do we determine that? And I think we're reading Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and other advanced things so that we can determine with intelligence what needs to be tolerated. Because sometimes you have to be prepared to fight and assess that, okay, I'm fighting for this. This is going to take about maybe 6 months of bloodshed. And maybe at that time, this person will be tired. And I'll be tired too. So we don't know, right? So there are a couple of things that I want to make comment about. And then historically, the fight about between Vaishnav and Shaivite, right?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't, both the Vaishnav and the Shaivite did not want to help each other with their differences. And so they've tolerated the invaders' demonic whatever influences. So they didn't help each other. And so the proliferation of the decline of the temples in India, because the impersonalism had flourished, and impersonalism never ever wants you to donate to the temple. And so the temple having is also the reason why Sanatana Dharma is maintained, is that's part of the temple in the community, right?
Yeah.
But the impersonalism in India had flourished, and they always think, oh, don't donate to the temple. What do you need that for? You know, so historically we know that. So I'm coming to the point. So my point now is, okay, the reading, I provided those examples because I'm feeling like a certain way about, you know, when I ask certain questions, and sometimes I'll just, oh, don't worry about it. It's Kali Yuga, Kali Yuga, Kali Yuga, you know? And it's almost a bit very, very dismissive, because yes, I'm aware that we're in Kali Yuga, and aware that we're not going to be saved from birth, death, disease, like you said. So, but I do find that certain people use this reading as if like we're not supposed to act anymore, because, well, what difference does it make? It's Kali Yuga anyway, and then this world is the way it is, you know. So I feel like subconsciously it's become a reason for other people not to act to help certain suffering of other devotee or non-devotee. So how do we navigate that? What do you think about that? Because I find myself struggling with that scripture, like you said earlier, Prabhu.
Yeah, that was actually the point. That's why I said it's somewhat of a controversial point. It's almost illogical. Why someone would pray for suffering? What is that? Nobody prays for suffering. Everyone prays for pleasure. Actually, I don't know how much time I have left, but I want to read from a purport in the Bhagavad Gita. Can you hand me the Bhagavad Gita? See, the whole idea is it's a change of attitude. The whole Bhagavad Gita is Arjuna, not the whole Bhagavad Gita, but the beginning is Arjuna trying to get out of his duty. He didn't want to fight because he was ready to fight, to the point, Krishna, bring my chariot between the two armies so I can see who's come here to please the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. But as soon as he got in the middle and saw, he said, oh my God, this Dronacharya, Bhishma, how can I fight them? I would rather die than to fight them. He changed his whole paradigm. Everything shifted. Krishna took 18 chapters, 17 chapters, whatever, to convince him. He told him tolerate personally, internally. It's a mindset. This toleration is a mindset. But he told him, go fight. And I point out that in that battle, 640 million people had to die because of Arjuna and his brothers. That's why Yudhisthira at the end was very unhappy. So many people died for me, And Arjuna was one of the persons causing this death. At the same time, Krishna said, learn to tolerate. So how do you adjust? So in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 12, verses 13 and 14, I'm just going to read a little bit of the purport because it's so important. Mindset. So keep that in mind. It's all about mindset. The practical application is you have to protect yourself. There's another verse in the 10th canto that says, and this is when Vasudeva was trying to convince Kamsa not to kill his wife, which was his sister. And the verse goes something like this. As long as you have life and intelligence, you should try to live. You don't just roll over and play dead. You try to live. So Vasudeva, one of our great personalities, is trying to figure out how to stop this man from killing my wife. So he came up with a scheme. I'll bring you all the sons. Don't worry. You only have to be worried about the 8th child. I'll bring you everyone else. So in the Bhagavad Gita, this purport, the verse is quite long, but the first line says, one who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities. Please keep that in mind. One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, coming again to the point of pure devotional service, because so far he's been teaching Gyan Yoga, so many things he's teaching. Now coming back to pure devotional service. At the beginning of this chapter, Arjuna said, which is better, the impersonal or the personal? So now it's coming back to pure devotional service. The Lord is describing the transcendental qualifications of a pure devotee in these two verses. Now please listen, don't fight me on this, don't worry about it. It's a mindset. A pure devotee is never disturbed in any circumstances. Doesn't mean the circumstances won't be there, as in the case of the Pandavas and Queen Kunti. Circumstances were there, but they're not disturbed. Nor is he envious of anyone, nor does a devotee become his enemy's enemy. He thinks, now this is really important, quote, this person is acting as my enemy due to my own past misdeeds. So it is better to suffer than to protest, end of the quote. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 10.14.8, it is stated, Tate nukampam su samikshamano bhava bunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Whenever a devotee is in distress, whenever a devotee is in distress or has fallen into difficulty, he thinks that it is the Lord's mercy upon him. He thinks, quote, thanks to my past misdeeds, I should suffer far, far greater than I'm suffering now. So it is by the mercy of the Supreme Lord that I am not getting all the punishment I'm due. So that's the part I want to stop on. So the devotee is thinking, I actually deserve worse than what I'm getting because of my own past misdeeds. It's almost like you're in a prison. God forbid any of you ever have to go to a prison. You're in the prison and you're complaining about the prison. Is that logical or illogical? You're in prison. The problem is we don't realize we're in prison. Of course, the temple room here is not prison. This is Vaikuntha. Material world is a prison. Therefore, we read in the beginning, suffering. You cannot avoid it. Try your best to avoid it. It'll still find you somewhere. It'll find you. That's the nature of this world. So in the prison, no matter how much you don't like the circumstances, it's a prison. So the mindset has to change that this place is not meant for enjoyment. The so-called enjoyment is like the temporary cessation of pain. And the classic example is called the dunking stool. They used to use that in the colonial days. To punish a person, they put him on the stool and they dunk him in the water. And they're drowning. And, gulp, 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 gulp. And then they bring him back up and he goes, So the enjoyment is the temporary cessation of the pain. So everything in this world, dukkhalayam, ashashvatam. So my point is this, all about mindset. You must do your duty. Protect yourself, protect others. Prabhupada actually said, your health is the most important thing, number one. Take care of your health. Without your health, it's hard to do anything else. So take care of yourself. Be kind to others. One who's a kind friend to all living beings. That means if a living being is suffering, should you just ignore it? As I said from the beginning, don't trust politicians. Don't. Because they're causing all this craziness in the world. So do I speak up about that? Absolutely. In my work that I do outside the temple with the Vedic Friends Association, I speak up a lot about the injustices in the world, the injustices in America and India, between men and women. All these things are important. if we are qualified, if we're qualified to address them in a logical, intelligent way, yes. Should you protect yourself? Yes. If you see another person suffering, yes. I told the Madhajis, the ladies at the Atlanta Temple when I joined years ago, I said, I'll die for you. And I looked them in the eye, and I meant every word. If anyone tries to hurt one of the women in this temple room, I will get off this seat and you'll see Benny Tillman from East Point. He said, Paula, budget, I didn't know you could do that. Well, I've been saving it. I've had to do it before to protect the women at the Atlanta Temple from threats. One Sunday feast, this guy was walking around the temple room during the prasadam. He was going to beat up everybody. I picked him up. I threw him out because I knew I could do it. I have the background that I could do that to protect. So, Mataji, I'm saying that use your intelligence like you just said. Intelligence is the ability to discriminate what's good, what's bad. And how do you get, so now we have material intelligence. That's why we work, that's why we make money, because we know what it's going to do. My point here is that, what about the spiritual intelligence? Let that click in when you're experiencing some problems, interracial, interpersonal, marriage, whatever it might be. My intelligence had to click in a lot of times since I've been a devotee because I was threatened by so many circumstances. So I had to think, should I do this or should I do that? Then I think, what would Prabhupada want me to do? Then I make my decision. In the material world, they call it the Ben Franklin method. You know that method? Positives, negatives, pros, cons. But you got to have the Krishna conscious intelligence to say, okay, this is good or this is bad. And then you make your decision. Always take the time. My band director from high school, I quote him often, Mr. Raymond Malone. He passed away. Mr. Raymond Malone wrote on the board one day. He's a very intelligent, sophisticated man. He said, before you louse, which means mess up, before you louse something up, thimp, T-H-I-M-P, which means think. Before you mess up, think. Take the time to think. Last point, His Holiness Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, who also passed away from Manipur. He was a brahmachari living with us in Atlanta. You might have saw him on the West Coast. He was so nice. He said, if something comes, some material thing comes, lust, desire, whatever it might be, you stop, you think, you analyze, 100 times analyze. And by the time you analyze, whatever that thing is, gone. Like Mataji was saying, you pray to the Lord. Oh, that's my beautiful little alarm. So you analyze. If I do this, what's going to happen? If I do that, what's going to happen? And then you use your spiritual intelligence combined with your material intelligence, and you make a decision. Last point is Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, text 34. How do you learn the truth? By approaching a spiritual master. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upate shantite jnanam jnaninas tattadarsha. Tattadarsha means the spiritual master is supposed to have seen the truth. I put it in quotes because sometimes people don't function in that position properly. They don't. They jump to that position because it's the popular thing to do. Yeah, I'm going to become a guru. Yeah, right. Lord Rishabdev says, Guru Nanasha. Don't become a guru. Pita Nanasha. Don't become a father unless you can liberate your dependents. Why are you jumping to become guru? Are you liberated? Or do you know what liberation is? It's a big science. So try to learn the truth, is that verse. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire submissively, and render service. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he's seen the truth. Suppose it's seen the truth. So before you jump in, make a decision, take the time. Think about it very carefully. So I'll stop. Yes, Mataji? Yeah. Microphone? You put in some wonderful situations, right?
Hare Krishna.
Haribol.
Many a times living in this world, problems, as you said, they will keep coming and we are not ready for it. But now we have to make a decision and we don't know what to do. So the best thing, I just pray to Krishna, please give me intelligence and control over my tongue, because we react very badly to a situation and we make it worse. But when if we have God gives us the right intelligence, then we just keep quiet, tolerate for that moment. But on our own, we cannot do it. On our own,
Yeah.
we will react.
Yeah.
But when He gives us the intelligence, we develop that kind of toleration. For that moment in a bad situation, just keep quiet and then ask the Lord, please give me intelligence, not to provoke another person, because then I'm the cause of the trouble, right? And if something has happened, far away from India, things are happening, we hear about it, it hurts us. We don't know how to react, but
Yeah.
then I just pray to Krishna that please give me the intelligence to handle this situation well. And I do get solutions, and it takes a little time sometimes, a year, 2 years. The same problems are continuing, there is no solution. And one fine day, the solution comes out so smoothly, so nicely. But we continue praying to Him. So we have to have faith in that.
Thank you. That's
Thank
the
you.
conclusion. Keep
Yes.
praying.
Keep praying, yes.
But at the same time, use your intelligence.
Yes, yes. But intelligence also comes from Krishna, no, Prabhuji?
Yes. Sarvasya Chaham, Rudishani Visto,
Yes.
Matas, Matir, Ganam, Apoanam
Everything
Cha.
from him. Thank you.
Vedaishcha Sarva, Ahameva Veja, Vedanta Krit, Vedavit,
Thank you
Evacha.
so much.
All comes from Krishna. Okay. Yes, Mataji. We'll take one more, then otherwise Sham will throw me off the seat. Thank you for all the comments. It's so inspiring. Thank you.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Bol.
Prabhuji, this is from Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Srila Prabhupada has written in his purport. And I'm forgetting the name of the rishi who told the snake was there. And the rishi told the snake that you be tolerant. And the snake said, okay. He was listening to his lectures and he was really impressed, and he said, okay. So what happened is, when he was going through the streets and the village, and then when he did not show any reaction, so the small children also picked
Beating
up
on
the
him.
stones and
Yeah.
started beating and he was wounded. When the snake was wounded, the rishi said that, what happened to you? And he says, it's because you told me that, you tolerate, so that is why I didn't react. But then he said, I did not tell you not to hiss. You
Sure.
have the quality of hissing. You must hiss at least for your
Show
own
your
protection.
fangs, yeah.
You show. And he did that, and all the enemies ran away. So that is why, as Mataji said, that use your intelligence.
Yes.
You have the quality, you must use it without harming the others.
Very good. That story is Narada Muni and the snake.
No, I was forgetting.
No, that's a wonderful story. So he said, I didn't tell you not to show your fangs. So the snake showed his fangs, and people were like, oh my God, he's a snake. Like I said, I showed Benny Tillman, and he said, oh my God, this guy's crazy, leave him alone. So use your intelligence to protect yourself and others. Thank you all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So let's give a big thanks to the temple for organizing Sham Bihari Prabhu and the devotees this wonderful movie last night of Lord Nrsimhadev. The temple room it's like standing room only. There were so many people standing, people sitting. It was amazing. Haribol. Nice, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class. We should all think of ourselves as in the same position as Kumti.
Is that microphone working?
Seems so, but it's very soft. We should all think of ourselves as the same position as Kunti, because Kunti is asking for it, but it is coming to us unasked, right? So Kunti is trying to use that to remember Krishna, and we have the opportunity and we are not remembering Krishna, right? So this is a wonderful class because it reminds us that we must always remember Krishna. In fact, the essence of the Bhagavad Gita is always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. If you just remember this, you have understood the Bhagavad Gita. So, having said that, my 2 cents, I don't know if it's worth anything. we have a very, very nice program scheduled for tomorrow. If you think yesterday's program was good, come tomorrow and you'll see. It's even more beautiful. Do you know what is tomorrow? Anyone knows what is tomorrow? Sharad Purnima, the first day of Kartik, right? And in this temple, we celebrate Sharad Purnima in a very grand way. You see, they have got the doors closed over there. They're working day and night to get ready for tomorrow, right? And you come and see how hard they're working and how beautiful it will be. So we will have a very nice celebration tomorrow. There will be aartis and there will be pushpanjali, then there will be kirtans, and believe it or not, there will be dancing, because you can't have Sharad Purnima and you can't have Krishna's Maharasa Leela without dancing. So please come ready with your dancing shoes. You have to leave your shoes outside though, and you can dance here to your heart's content. And of course, we are famous for very nice prasadam. So we will have a very nice feast as well. Of course, we are still looking for the cook, because did you find the cook? You found the cook? No, not yet. Okay. As long as you come up with those dishes we'd agreed to. So you can see how hard I am on devotees. Someday I'm going to pay for it. So anyway, yeah, so please come tomorrow. And as you know, tomorrow also is the start of Kartik month, a very, very important month. Because in this month, whatever devotional service you do, you get 10 times the return as against the normal day, right? So our whole mood should be to serve in this month. Serve, serve, serve as much as you can. And you'll see the rest of your year is amazing, because Prabhupada said that in Kartik, come to Vrindavan, get charged, and you go back and you'll be able to do miracles. You'll be able to do wonders, right? And that's what I do. Unfortunately, I'll not be here. I'm leaving for India on Wednesday. But this temple will be under the most wonderful guidance of Balabhadra Prabhuji and Madhurya Gopal Prabhu, who is our vice president. He will be running everything around here. So feel free to approach him for anything that you need from the temple. Also for the programs that are going on over here, he will be actually managing those as well. So you'll feel no difference. He'll be doing as maybe better than maybe I can do. So we will continue that. And so Kartik is a time when one should be very much engrossed in devotional service. And I have not checked with Balabhadra Prabhu, but I'm already committing on his behalf. I hope he doesn't hold it against me. But any of you all want to do kirtan programs in your house, we're available, right? Right? So as long as it does not clash with a temple program, we will come to your house and we'll do kirtans, we'll have a small talk. We meaning Madhurya Gopal Prabhu and Prabhuji, not me and Prabhuji. But they will do a nice kirtan, they will have a short talk, and maybe if you want, you can arrange some prasadam. If not, we can bring some prasadam too, so it's not a problem. So take advantage of this month. This month is truly, this 1 month in the year can shape your whole year. It can account for all the service that you do through the devotional service you do in this 1 month. You're talking to me? Okay. So we should take advantage of this month, and we're here for you. This temple is here for you. Anything you want, any kind of program you want, we'll manage it for you. We'll make it happen. All right? Just approach us and let us know. Like someone just came this evening and told you that we want to have a kirtan program, right? So come and tell us, and we'll take care of everything. Just you have to give your house for that couple of hours, make it a dham like Vrindavan, and we'll take care of everything, right? So take advantage of this. And Madhurya Gopal Prabhu, you want to say something?
Also 19th of October, Saturday, it being the Diwali week, Sunday. Yes, 19th Sunday, we are celebrating Diwali here. As Prabhuji is not here, so we'll enjoy, okay? No more strict, no more strict rules and just every year.
Just don't burn the temple down.
Okay, unfortunately, we are not allowed to do fireworks because last time COP has restricted not to do because I think Patel Brothers has a lot of restaurants and all, so they may have any impact or something. So yeah, but for fireworks, we'll do everything else. So we'll celebrate Diwali on 19th of October. Just mark this evening. Yeah, I mean, not, of course, Diwali is celebrated in the. You don't need to know that. Right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No one will come here in the mornings. Okay, yeah, it's evening. Okay. Hmm. Okay. 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 So Sunday feast will be in the evening, as per my better half. So, so yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I did. Okay. So this is one, and as Prabhuji is mentioned, from tomorrow Kartik starts. Kartik first, Damodar month starts, and also of course Kartik is same as with Damodar. So there are, as Prabhuji said, if you give donation or any service, it will be multiplied by 1,000 times. And now we have a requirement. You all know this temple has started in May 2023. It's been 2.5 years, right? It's been 2.5 years this temple has started. And you see these maroon beautiful curtains, okay? They are very integral part of this temple that curtains will help us offer boga, put deities to rest. So it's lot of service to the deities, and without which it's very difficult. So we have a opportunity to anyone or any group wanted to sponsor new set of curtains. As I just told you earlier that it's been 2.5 years we have been using these curtains. We wanted to have a new curtains this Kartik. Anyone is interested to sponsor, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Already before even announcing.
So that's $5,000, you know.
Prabhuji just exaggerated for 3 times, but it's not that much. It's $1,500. So anyone else who wanted to share that credit with, okay, Hari Bol. So Shekhar Prabhu and Vishnu Vallabh Prabhu. Anyone? I need one more person. If okay, 3. So 3 of you. Thank you very much. Shobhan Prabhu. Yeah, Shobhan Prabhu, Vishnu Vallabh Prabhu, and Shekhar Prabhu. So I have no other opportunity for this curtain. So thank you. Thank you, 3 of you. Anything else, Prabhuji? And one more thing. Today we don't have at Sunday's feast. If anyone else is interested or motivated to sponsor today's Sunday's feast, please let me know. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. How come you are so loud? I can't. Hare Krishna. Okay. So thank you so much, Vishnu Vallabh Prabhu, Shekhar Prabhu, and Shobhan Prabhu. Many of you don't know Shobhan Prabhu, but he is such an integral part of this temple. He comes and does service very quietly and does wonderful service in the kitchen or even while cleaning the temple and all. And he's always been a great supporter, always supporting us financially as well as in other ways. So we are very grateful to Shobhan Prabhu. Can we give a very big Hari Bol to Shobhan Prabhu? Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. And big Hari Bol to Shekhar Prabhu and to Vishnu Vallabh Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. So at this time we'll take blessings of Lord Narasimha Swami, and in the meantime we'll arrange the tables for prasadam. So please come and honor the prasadam. Hare Krishna. Yes, yes. Which Prabhu? You sure? Okay. Mahaprasade